Sai Ram. Dear students, hearty welcome to one and all for the 10th class State Syllabus Science Textbook 2 and the chapter How Do Organisms Reproduce? Today's part 4, the last part of this chapter, Reproductive Health. Before we move to the part 4, let us recap our previous part's main points and also check out the answers for the assignment 3 questions. In our previous part, we understood about human beings are unisexual and reproduction is highly evolved. Further, the puberty, the cause for secondary sexual characters in human males and females. We continued with the male and female reproductive system in detail. Further, we understood what is menstruation and also the difference between menarche and menopause in women. The fertilization and post-fertilization changes were being clear in our previous part. Answers for the home assignment 3. The first question, what are the functions performed by the testes and ovaries in human beings? Function of testes: to produce the sperms and also to produce the male sex hormone called testosterone. The function of ovaries: to produce the ova or in the production of ova or egg, and also in the production of estrogen and progesterone hormones. I hope all of you have returned the correct answers. The second question, what is the role of seminal vesicles and the prostate gland, which we find in human male reproductive system? Answer, the role of seminal vesicles to store the sperms and secrete seminal fluid that makes the sperm active. And the prostate gland secretes the alkaline fluid and nourishes the sperms, which is discharged into the urethra. A very important question from the exam point of view and very simple answer. The third question, what are the changes seen in girls at the time of puberty? Changes seen in girls at the time of puberty: hips, bottom and thighs will get rounder. Ovaries and womb will get ready and also larger. Breasts begin to develop. Pubic hair will start growing around the vagina and under the arms. The next question, why does menstruation occur? We already know that menstruation is the discharge of the unfertilized eggs or the ova from the women. And when does or why does this menstruation occur? Menstruation occurs in females when egg produced in the ovary is not fertilized. So it occurs when there is unfertilized egg produced in the ovary. Since the egg does not fuse with the male gamete, so the thick and soft lining of the uterus having a lot of blood capillaries in that are not required. Hence, menstruation occurs. In simple, for your better understanding, menstruation is the discharge of or the getting rid of unfertilized ova from the woman. When does it occur and why does it occur? It occurs when there is no fusion of male gamete, that is the sperm with the egg. When there is no fusion of ova and sperm together to form the zygote, then the menstruation occurs. When there is no fusion, when there is no zygote formation, the thick and the soft lining of the uterus with a lot of blood capillaries in that are not required at that moment. So they all get rid from that part in a process called menstruation. The fifth question, how does the embryo get nourishment inside the mother's body? Embryo gets nourishment through the placenta. In Kannada, we call it as Jarayu. The placenta contains villi, which are finger-like projections on the side of embryo, and blood vessels surrounding villi on the side of the mother. Oxygen and glucose pass from the mother to the embryo through the placenta. So placenta helps in supply of food, mainly the oxygen and the required food item to the embryo which is there in the mother's body. Draw the following and label all parts. As we all know, diagrams play a major role in the science subject and also very easy to get through the subject. Just if you practice the diagrams and label the parts. So, draw the following and label all parts: human male reproductive system and human female reproductive system. Observing all of you a very simple diagram, the side view of human male reproductive system. And the human female reproductive system. I hope which we have already practiced, and if you observe this diagram with the parts, surely all of you can draw the best diagram. It's very important diagrams from the exam point of view also. Today's part 4 of the chapter, how do organisms reproduce, mainly dealing with the reproductive health under part 4. What is this reproductive health? The fitness of reproductive life in human beings is called reproductive health. The fitness of reproductive life in human beings is called reproductive health. General awareness regarding the reproductive health to be provided to each and every individual. Mainly, marriages and childbearing during more mature stages of life is important. Secondly, the complications during pregnancy and childbirth and unsafe abortion, which is mainly the causes of death of women, should be given awareness about this. complications during pregnancy and childbirth, and unsafe abortion, which mainly leads to the death of women. Thirdly, the sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, are spread by unsafe sex. Fourthly, the secondary school education must be enhanced with such topics also. Sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, which is also called as venereal diseases. The infectious, communicable, which is also termed as diseases which are spread from an infected person to a healthy person by sexual contact. Such diseases are called STDs or sexually transmitted diseases. The common STDs are gonorrhea. The symptoms are burning sensation and pain during urination. Inflammation of urinogenital tract, rectum, throat and eye. Pus from penis. What is the prevention? Curable with antibiotics. The second STDs, syphilis, which is a chronic illness. The third, HIV, an incurable which cannot be cured. There is no cure, for your kind information. An incurable and it weakens the body's immune system. Birth control. The regulation of conception by preventive measures or devices to control the number of offsprings, which we call it as birth control. The regulation of conception by preventive measures or devices to control the number of offsprings, which we call it as birth control. Contraception, a very important 1-mark question. What is contraception? Contraception, methods or devices of birth control which deliberately prevent fertilization are referred as contraception. Referred to as contraception. So, methods or devices of birth control which deliberately prevent the fertilization are referred to as contraception. So, which are the methods? Barrier methods, chemical methods, intrauterine contraceptive device, IUCD. Important question for abbreviation. Expand IUCD. Intrauterine contraceptive device. Natural methods and surgical methods. Barrier methods. Condoms for males. Femidom for female. Diaphragm or cervical cap in females. The next one, chemical methods, using chemicals in the form of foam tablets, jellies, spermicides oral pills to check the ovulation and vaginal pills which avoid the pregnancy in women. IUCD, intrauterine contraceptive device, which is made of copper, plastic or stainless steel. Copper T, which is inserted into uterus, which prevent the implantation in the uterus. If you observe the picture, which is in the form of T shape, which is introduced into the uterus. Natural methods. Avoid copulation around the time of ovulation and withdrawal of penis before ejaculation. The fifth one, surgical methods. Vasectomy in males and tubectomy in females. So the males, the vasectomy is one of the surgical method to control or to have the birth control. So a cut of vast difference and it is being tied. That is vasectomy. Tubectomy, a cut the fallopian tube and tied. That is tubectomy. Women's health. If I think of this women's health, as we all know, the backbone of every family, society and the nation are women. Women's health during childbearing should be kept free from any stress on account of family dispute or financial problems. So, women's health, the term immediately reminds me the great sayings of our ancient scriptures which say Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava and Atiti Devo Bhava. Among all these Devo Bhava, the first one, Matru Devo Bhava, mother is God. Mother is a woman. Further, our scriptures say, Yatra najantu pujyante, tatra ramante devataha. Where the women are worshipped, there resides gods and goddesses. And the great philosophers say that nations are built in kitchens and schools. So in kitchens, the role played by women, by mothers. If a boy child is being educated, he alone is being educated. But if a girl child is being educated, the whole society is being educated. Hence, women's role is a very important role in nation building also. And so, the women should be given equal preference with respect and with regards, for your kind information. If we think of their life routine, to tell you all, women will not have retirement till their body vanishes. No mother can take retirement till her life or till her body vanishes. Till then, continuously, the women are doing one or the other work. As in Telugu we says, Ammaku Rajinama ledu, to tell you all. And Amma is the women, to tell you all. This women, more importantly, which we should remember is, women take twice the birth. One when she is born as a baby. The other when she gives birth to another child. So they take twice birth. Hence, the health of women is very important, and it is the responsibility of the whole society to see that women are given the first preference with best health also. And even women should keep up to that regards. How? With their dress code or in their dress code. It says a woman should have kattu, bottu, juttu. Kattu, the body should be completely covered. Bottu, a woman should have on her middle of the forehead a tilakam. Juttu, a woman should have long hairs. As you can observe the picture of our Indian traditional women. Such women's health is being taken care by the whole society. It has to be taken care by the whole society also. That too, when the woman is bearing a child, she should be kept free from any stress on account of family dispute or financial problems. In connection to this, the reproductive health, under that, women play a major role since they are carrying the child in their pregnancy stage. A social reformer and a spiritual master by name Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who was born in a remote Helmet village called Puttapatti in Andhra Pradesh, has introduced various projects which are of selfless and for the world's peace and health without any expectations, who always says, love all and serve all, help ever and hurt never. Introduced various projects in connection to the health of women and children. The projects such as Divine Mother and Child Health Program, DMCHP, Divine Mother and Child Health Program, in short DMCHP. A mother who is been carrying a child in her womb, that is in a pregnancy stage, they are being given free medical checkup, free nutrition till they give birth to the child, and also after the birth, the child up to 1 to 2 years is also being taken care with proper nutrition and medicines that is required, with total free of cost. Also, our Indian tradition, the pregnant women are being celebrated in a name called Srimanta, and that is also being done to make them happy and also to feel that there is support for them. And Annapurna breakfast program, the Annapurna breakfast program that is being introduced with a saying, no child should go hungry ever to school. No child should go to school hungry ever. The daily breakfast that is being provided by the Annapurna breakfast program. Here I remember one saying think big, start small. And this Annapurna breakfast program started small and thought big, and now we have a separate trust, Sri Sathya Sai Annapurna Trust, where we see young, dynamic and also social responsible youth who are selfless, who are sacrificing their pleasures and giving benefit to the children who don't have their breakfast in the morning by cooking nutritious breakfast to those children. Along with that, spending their time with them, as we say, bhojan for body, bhajan for mind, with good bhajans, slokam training, and also good satsang to the mind and good nutritious food to the body, and the child's physical mental health has been improved with the program of Annapurna breakfast program. Here I would like to quote a very active members of this, mainly Sri Anand Kadali and also Sri Sai Prasad Ivatturi. Under their guidance and also their dedication, the many youth, especially Sri Manoj, Sri Santosh, Sri Sai Krishna, who are working in the corporate world, earning to the lot, but still offering their earnings by sacrificing their worldly pleasures for the sake of their brothers who are the nation builders, who are going to the school without breakfast, spending their precious time with them, serving them with total love and sacrifice, without any expectation. Only one expectation. The expectation is those children should be good citizens to the society. Being good example in the society itself is the greatest sadhana which you can do. And that is been through this Annapurna breakfast program, which started with a number of hundreds, now reaching to lakhs together with more than 13 to 14 districts, and also outside of the state and also in other countries this program has started. Good work is God work. Good work should spread, scatter. Here I would like to suggest to all the children who are yet in the study process also, in your free time, further as you grow up and you are being working in the corporate world with one or the other job, try to see that you all also have your services under such programs with your commitment and dedication. That itself will redeem us from this human birth to the divinity. So such Annapurna breakfast program that was being started, and also the Divine Mother and Child Health program, all these mainly have a single goal, that is healthy body, happy mind. Concern of mother's health and also child's health. Some of the pictures, the Divine Mother and Child Health program, where you can see they are being supplied with the nutritious food powder, that is Sai Sure for the pregnant women, and also they are being given some health tips, how they should keep their physical fitness. Such health tips are also being provided by this Divine Mother and Child Health program. The Annapurna breakfast program, you can observe the pictures. Sai Sure, let no child go to school hungry ever. All these programs which were insisted and initiated by Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba through his own follower, the spiritual seeker and the social reformer Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, who was an alumni student, an MBA and a MSc gold medalist, just followed what Bhagavan says. Such selfless services will surely redeem us and make us to be a worthy citizen to the society. Dear students, the last part, the part 4, reproductive health, under the chapter How do organisms reproduce? Hope all of you have understood the content. Try to recap in your respective places once again and try to answer the home assignment 4 questions. What are STDs? Name them. Define the terms reproductive health, contraception. Third question, list out the various methods developed for birth control. Expand STDs, IUCD. I hope all of you have understood the today's last part of this chapter. Let us offer all our learning outcomes, all our content, what we have discussed, at the lotus feet of the Almighty. Hope all of you will surely put your efforts to recap what is done today and answer the questions. Let us meet once again in the next class for the next chapter. Till then, have a good time praying for the world's peace and happiness. Samasta lokaha sukhino bhavantu. Thanking you one and all. Jai Sai Ram.